Yeah.
But
your fingers go into your nostril so much more than any adult I've ever seen.
All right. It's not true, but
it is.
Okay.
I just watched you do it like a second ago.
I felt myself do it, but I understand that it's not uncommon. You are the minority.
Okay, I'll believe you there, but it's still so gross. And it's funny because every time I touch my face, I'll sanitize my hands if I'm not feeling well. Because I don't want my hands to spread anything.
To who? Your home.
To you.
Me?
You.
My immune system is brolic. What are you talking about?
That's a fucking $1 million word. Never heard that before. Brolic?
Yeah.
Is that real?
Yeah. It's slang. It means like super fucking strong.
Rhymes with frolic.
Yeah, it's the opposite. Brolic.
Brolic.
It's like brutal frolicking.
Oh, okay.
I guess.
Well. All right. I'll get this rolling.
That's why it didn't sound good. My headphones weren't all the way in.
Yeah, you got to put those in. Mm-hmm. Welcome to another episode of Thank You for Your Services podcast.
Hi.
I'm back this week. Tom has never left. But I am glad to be back, as always. I got to go away next week, so you might hear me on the phone or over the phone recording. This podcast is about the service industry, about working, about your normal job, your complaints, your likes, your dislikes. Basically, we just like to talk about work, but not in a worky way. Does that sound about right? I like your glasses, by the way, today.
Thanks.
I meant to say that to you. You're like a young Elvis Costello.
For those of you who can't see them, the color is called emerald green.
Been
I'm just gonna let him
go. Listen to our show,
ladies and gentlemen. Elvis Costello.
He's fine.
Well, I was referring to Austin Powers movie.
Oh, that's right. I forgot all about that.
Shout out to friends of the pod, Wine and Cheese. They did an episode about Austin Powers and a band called Gospel, who I'd never heard of before.
Cool name.
They were better than I thought.
Awesome.
I'll give them that.
They like an electric
no
band? No? Oh, okay.
3-piece screamo.
Okay.
Very musically gifted. Interesting shit.
Oh, like Fall of Troy, kind of that?
Yeah.
That why?
Yeah, but like more...
Those guys were... That's cool. I'll look them up.
We got good luck because it's hard to find a band called Gospel.
Oh, yeah.
On Google.
Gospel band. You type in gospel band into Google.
Gospel music.
You know what? Oh, I didn't even... this is funny. I got hit up by another Army soldier who's way outranks me. I don't know how he found me or how he found out about me. Super nice guy, but he asked me if I wanted to play music in his church's band. And I had to say no. I'm just too busy with other bands. I'm not a church person anyway, but I just meant it was nice of him to ask. I've never been asked to play in a church band before. I'm not like a church person.
No, I've never been asked either. So it would probably be what, praise and worship songs then?
I honestly have no idea. I know there's some. I had to go to this church one time. Let me tell you about this. I had to go to this church one time with a girl I was dating in high school. And I grew up Catholic, very like somber church. You know, nobody sang, nobody did anything except, you know.
I've been to 2 masses in my life. They're fucking depressing.
Very depressing, yes. Now, I've never been a religious person. Even when I was a little kid, I don't want to sound like an edgelord here, but I always kind of thought everyone was in on the joke.
Yeah.
And then I grew up and I started dating this. It was actually when I started dating this girl in high school, and I realized, no, people take this pretty seriously. So, and I just didn't know. I really didn't know. We just weren't like that in my household. We went to church every week, but I thought it was more of like a
routine.
Yeah, I think it was more of one of those things where I thought it was just to kind of keep me in my place because my dad was super strict. But I didn't, because he didn't really believe
structure
either.
Pattern.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of thought everybody was the same way. Yeah.
This is what we do.
Yeah.
And I think you have to do it under
yes.
this house, under this roof or whatever.
But this girl that I dated was she was like into it. Like she wanted to go to church. She spent time with her church. She did church functions. Like her whole family was into the yeah. So I went to this building and it was like a mega church, dude. It was like they had a band, like a full like rock band.
Is this in Pennsylvania?
No, this was here in Delaware.
No shit.
Yeah, dude. Like not even very far away. And I remember going there and I was in like my all black, like skinny jeans and like my leopard print, like shit I used to sew on and like my high tops. And like I had like a Misfit shirt on or whatever and a bandana around my head. Cause I thought it was going to be like, we'd stand in the back and then like leave stuff. Kind of a thing. And dude, no, she's like crying. She's like emotional. And I was like, oh my God, I didn't understand this side of you. We did like plays together and stuff. And we like would like hook up in the backstage and everything. Like she seemed like a normal individual. And anyway, it was very strange, very strange. Everybody was very, very emotional, but they were also the same kind of people where if like you got there late, like they wouldn't move down in the pew because like they're like, well, you should have been here. You know, I know it's that. I know it's just that way. But yeah.
Did you ever have to did you ever get sucked into a youth group?
Yes. One time I did. I had a friend.
Me too. Keep going.
I played in a band with. It was like they needed a drummer. They said it was a metal band. I was like, okay, cool. Yeah. And I was sure. So I practiced with them and everything. And my buddy in the band was like, hey, you should come to my youth group with me. And I was like, that doesn't really sound like something I'd be into. He's like, no, it's cool, dude. Like everybody there is like into the same music and stuff as us. And I was like, okay. And I went, and same exact feeling I had at this other church. I mean, this was a small, little, tiny building, like a very, very like small setting. It wasn't to the extremes the other one was. Like there were no big screen TVs and stuff like that.
God.
Yeah. So I went there, and there was this dude who was probably like 25 to 30, and we were like 17 at the time, and he preached to these children about how cool it was to be a part of Christ and how you have everybody has a personal relationship with Christ and all that stuff. It's just stuff I had never even heard before. Like it wasn't even in my rhetoric. And yeah, man, it freaked me out. Very, very strange. But see, whoever's listening to this, and if maybe you're our age, maybe you're 30 to 35 at this time, or if you're younger rather, and you might not know about this time, what happened was youth groups were a place where a lot of these kids were finding out about heavy metal and hardcore music because a lot of young people kind of like fucked up, I guess, early in life, and then they would go to find religion to get their life back on track, and then they became preachers instead of playing like shows on stage. They then became preachers, which is essentially the same thing, just different audience.
And you're still performing.
Exactly. You're performing. So and I'm talking a lot of these guys, you would see guys that were in bands that were like crazy bands and stuff. And then, they get hardcore on drugs and alcohol, and then they would like fall off and then they'd find religion, and then they'd become part of these youth groups. And then they would show the new generation of kids who also liked heavy metal music and hardcore punk and stuff, but who had parents that wanted them to kind of do it as a hobby instead of a lifestyle. This sounds about right to you, right, Tom?
It just sounds like a lot of indoctrination to me.
No. What I'm saying is
bullshit.
I'm describing it correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure it probably happened in towns all over the U.S. It was pretty popular around this way.
It's everywhere.
Plus, the only places that were putting on shows a lot of the time.
All ages shows.
All ages shows, rather. Yeah. Were
churches. Places.
Exactly.
Places like the Harmony Grange.
Places like Collinbrook Church in Upper Darby, PA, which is where I used to go play.
Yep.
There. And it was fun. But at the end, they'd be like, okay, can you donate money to the church or whatever?
Nope, gotta go.
Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah.
Fresh out.
But yeah.
I gotta go to Dunkin' Donuts.
Those are kind of funny experiences. I always forget about the early 2000s. Like I try to forget about the early 2000s because it was It was a strange time because not all of us had. Because I didn't get I think we've talked about this before. I didn't get the internet till a little later. I think a lot of people are probably on that same page. I didn't really have it until like 03, 04. Like I didn't really like even understand the internet.
03, 04, I'm 13, 14.
Same.
So I'm just getting introduced to the computer from a user's standpoint. We always had computers in my house because, like I've said before, my dad was like a gadget guy.
Oh, yeah.
And my dad was a Mac guy our whole lives.
My dad was a Mac guy as well.
So, I couldn't play all the games that my friends played, and I couldn't relate to the things they were talking about because
Same.
There was either it was impossible to find Mac compatible games, or there weren't any, and all the good games were just on PC. So I would just be like, "Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a computer like that, so I can't do. I don't know what you're talking about." But
it's funny, man. I was the exact same way. We only had I had a original Apple computer.
We had a PowerBook G2 upstairs.
Oh wow. Yeah, I had one of the little tiny square Macintosh computers in black and white, and that was it. I had Math Blaster on there.
I had, God damn it, I'll never remember what they're called, but I had some educational games that I grew up with.
I had once I got an iMac in '99. I had some educational games. Yeah, I like those.
I only went to maybe two of those youth group type gathering things.
Oh, so you did go?
I went because my girlfriend in 7th grade hosted one at her house.
Oh boy!
And then the following week there was another one at her friend's house, and we broke up that night. So we only dated for a week, so it wasn't too bad. But no, those youth group things. There was probably, I mean, this is fucking 7th grade, so I'm fucking 10. I'm 12 or 13 or however fucking young I was. And
yeah, because you and I are the same grade, but I'm almost a year older than you. Yeah, because I was old going into my grade, and you were young.
Yeah, they held you back. They held you back.
They had me do an extra year of preschool because we both have summer birthdays.
So there's probably, I don't know, somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 to 30 kids my age, and then there would be essentially camp counselors running the thing.
Oh yeah.
You know, like the people who are probably in their early 20s, like you said, converted later in later in life after probably some fuck ups in their youth.
Most definitely.
And they're trying to get on track, quote unquote, in some way, and they turned to the Lord. So
if that helps you, more power to you.
Great. That's great.
But it is funny to me that it's basically I'm sure people talk about this is the most generic thing to say, but it does. You replace addiction.
I mean, that's how that shit works. So
of course.
So they would do like the fun activities, and we would do like funky shit. Like they would do like improv, like funny songs, and then at the end they would always circle back to the religious part.
Sure.
Again, I only went to 2 of these, and as a young kid with a girlfriend for the first time, I was like, this is fun to do. I'm around a bunch of kids my age.
Yeah, and you're hoping that at the end of it, you guys will go into the confession booths.
Well, I don't even think I was that like mature yet back then.
In 7th grade?
Yeah, dude. I was a late as fuck bloomer, don't forget.
Oh.
I didn't even hit puberty until my senior year of high school.
You told me that, but I never really believed it because you were always so tall.
No, I was not.
What? You were tall when you used to work at Rite Aid. You were tall.
We've talked about this before, too. And Harrison Michael, shout out, loyal listener, he will attest that we stood on top of a fucking thing.
I know you guys did stand on top of a counter, but...
He worked in photo, so it was a little different.
Mm-hmm.
Man, what a gig that was.
I remember that guy, by the way. I don't know if he'd remember me. We had...
I'm positive he would.
Oh, okay.
Anywho,
yeah, he was a nice guy.
He is a nice guy.
Yeah, he is a nice guy.
He fucking rules. I love you if you're listening, by the way. I know you are. Can't wait to see him again. Let's get to some of our topics because I'm sick of talking about churchy shit.
Oh, yeah, me too. It was just like a funny little anecdote I was just thinking about. All right.
What brought you to it before we...
What were we talking about?
Lord knows.
Oh, Lord. All right.
Thank you.
This is why you shouldn't have control of the soundboard. This is why you should give it all to me.
All? I think not.
At least 89%. No, let's get to the license plate that I saw. This is a new thing.
Wait a second.
What?
Is this something that's on your mind?
Oh, the name of our segment, which was so funny listening.
You fucking scumbag.
By the way, listening to you try to say the segment to Walsh last week and without him understanding any context behind it, you just go, I want to know what's on your mind, baby.
For the record, I texted him what I was going to do, and we reviewed it while we were eating dinner. That's neither here nor there.
Talk about suspension of disbelief. You just ruined it for everyone.
Ruined what? I told him what the deal was, and then he forgot? You're called out, Walsh. So,
yes, you're right. Welcome to our first segment of every episode. What's on your mind, baby?
What would...
So I'm asking you now.
Oh, you're asking me?
Unless you'd like me to go first. But no, you know what? Fuck that. I'm asking you.
Well, I'll tell you what. Because I've got some license plates I wrote down too. I'll save those for the end or something.
Okay. Why don't you just do them now? Because then I'll do my license plate.
Okay. First, sure. This one wasn't funny per se, but I was like, that's interesting nonetheless. It said not shy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I was like, okay. Just some... It wasn't like a super like funky colored car, or like it was just like a nondescript, 4-door sedan or some shit.
Not shy.
See,
like I like to try and figure out these people's personalities with not shy. Now,
it's
in this case,
glaringly obvious.
Pretty obvious. They are not shy.
No kidding.
But how not shy are they? How not shy do you have to be to have a license plate that says
to pay for a
so
vanity plate
every year?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Are you like sucking 4 dicks at a time, or are you just like not afraid to public speak?
Maybe they're a motivational public speaker and they help people get over the fear of public speaking, the biggest fear.
Maybe they're a public speaker that helps people put 4 different dicks in their mouth. That's how not shy they are.
The other funny one I saw was a Pennsylvania one. It just said, "Yo, mom."
Dude, I used to love Yo Mama jokes.
I was hoping for a reaction like that because I laughed for a while before I wrote it down.
I used to love that joke where people would say, "Your mama's so poor. When I went over to your house and lit my lighter, your mama jumped up and said, 'Clap your hands and stomp your feet. Praise the Lord, because we got heat.'"
Oh my God.
Yeah.
There were so many bad ones back in the day. I remember those.
Yo mama's so fat, she's sitting in a classroom, she's sitting next to everybody. Yeah, so that one was always funny. I learned that one in 5th grade at the school you and I had met at.
I was just about to say, this sounds like around that time in 5th grade. There was like... Me and shout out both of the Shub brothers.
My God, the Shubs.
And my friend Darius, who I randomly ran into at a Wawa some years ago, and he fucking recognized me.
Really? Dude, you do look the same since 5th grade.
I hadn't seen him in 5th grade at least 15 years at that point. Yeah. But I was like, what the fuck? But anyway, those Yo Mama jokes were so funny.
Was Darius... Because, okay...
Darius McManus.
So, do you remember how they split the classes up?
Not really.
So there was the quad.
I got in my first fight with that kid, and he beat me up, and then we were friends after that.
Dude, that's so 5th grade.
Mm-hmm. He beat the fuck out of me.
Do you remember there was the quad and the trio?
Vaguely.
There was the quad.
These words sound familiar.
The quad had 4 different teachers. This is so boring. I'm sorry. The quad had 4 different teachers, and the trio only had 3.
Sure.
And my first girlfriend ever was in the quad, and I never got to see her at recess. She was my first kiss.
That's dope.
Yep. I still remember her.
He still thinks about that kiss.
I think about it. No.
What are your license plates, you fucking bastard?
I really only have one.
Just
What's so funny?
nothing.
I didn't even say the plate yet.
It better be good.
All right. It's not that good. It was a big truck, and it was lifted and everything. And it said NVRSTUK, never stuck. And
STUK?
Yeah, never stuck.
Moron.
But how great would it be if that truck
got a flat tire?
Got stuck.
That would just be too ironic.
Yeah, it would be a beautiful moment in time.
It would be, yeah.
But I liked that one because it's like the unironic version of No Fear. Or, like those t-shirts that are like, don't mistake my kindness for weakness. Like, this truck's never stuck.
The ones, especially the ones with like the ghost cowboy.
Oh my God, yeah.
With like the guns and flames and shit and skulls. Yeah. I fucking love those.
By the way, so one thing that is on my mind, grunt style t-shirts.
Oh yeah, you go.
What's with the grunt style t-shirts?
What does that mean? Elaborate.
You've never seen grunt style? It's a brand. So as somebody that's in the military, typically when I see a grunt style t-shirt, there's a brand called Grunt Style. You've probably seen them. It has the flag.
So.
Okay. So
does this have anything? Is this in any way related to those weirdos who put infidel shit on their Jeeps?
So infidel, yes, sort of. It's all in the same category.
Okay. So
when you see infidel, when you see infidel on a Jeep, typically
avoid this person. They are a dork loser.
No, the joke with that is
he's defending it because he's got one parked outside.
No, I don't. But what I'm saying is the joke with that is typically when you are overseas as an American soldier or a Marine, the other branches don't really count for like this kind of a
branches?
Thing. Exactly. Yeah. No, but I'm just saying like a lot of times you are considered an infidel. Sure. And I'm sure everybody listening would understand the joke. And
I Googled the definition.
And that's what's cool about that. Now, initially what was cool about it, now it is everyone that has a Jeep with infidel on it, also a veteran. Probably not. It's just like those grunt style t-shirts.
No, they drive around to their local chain restaurants and Planet Fitnesses. And that's it.
So I see these grunt style t-shirts and they all have like
some grunt
fucking
style.
Dumb quote or some shit on the back. Some of them are cool. Like if you ever see 9 Line, for those of you who are just like totally out of the loop of military lifestyle or anything, if you ever see like 9 Line on the back of like a truck or a car or whatever, 9 Line is what we use. It's a list of things that we use so that a helicopter will leave its wherever its helipad and come pick up a person that's injured and fly them back to the nearest med zone or whatever.
Okay. 9
Line. You'll probably start to notice it now that I've said it. It's usually 9 Line and it's got a helicopter in the print.
Sure.
So these grunt style t-shirts, they have an American flag with like a X going on in it, and it says Grunt Style, and I think it's like a veteran-owned t-shirt company or whatever. I see them all the time, and in my head I'm going, oh God. Because, I don't know, there's a lot of us in the military that kind of, like, we don't wear the uniform unless we absolutely have to.
On duty, right?
A lot of us don't even wear our dog tags, like our ID tags and stuff. I wear mine, if I'm deployed, I don't wear that. First of all, working on birds, you can't wear any jewelry. So like you don't wear it anyway. But like I don't know. It's just
What's a bird, Matt?
a fucking a helicopter. If you're working on helicopters, you cannot wear. So
No, it gets snagged on something. Fuck
Yeah.
that. I know they're designed to be pulled off or whatever, but you've had a dog tag pulled off your neck, right? It fucking hurts like shit.
I've never had these pulled off. If I'm ever doing something crazy, I just take them off. Like in the mosh pit that we were in a couple weeks ago. Well, I don't think I
in February.
Mine. Yeah. Yeah.
I sure hope you weren't wearing them.
I can't
You get
remember.
swung around.
Yeah. Yeah. But but if you look at mine, like
he says, I don't wear them. He pulls them out of his
I'm saying I'm
fucking
wearing
shirt.
them now, but if I'm like deployed or working on something, I don't wear that shit.
I wouldn't wear it, period.
And then if you see, I have there's 2 dog tags, and then here's my red ones that say I'm allergic to penicillin.
Oh.
And then here's my wedding ring.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Nothing. There's nothing wrong with that. That's
No, wear your shit. If you die and somebody needs to ID you, and you don't have a wallet on you or something,
you'd have your cell phone though.
Yeah, but can you really ID me from my cell phone?
I'd like to think that there's a lot of information in your cell phone.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Well, I mean, after some digging, of course.
After some dicking.
Digging.
Oh, I thought you said dicking.
No,
You
not
gotta
saying
get
they
through
would
all
like
the dick pics first before you can ID this person.
I know that dick. That's
Yeah, we went
Matt.
through his phone, but he had 3,000 pictures of dicks and maybe one of himself. I also wanted to talk about this fucking haircut that's been in style for about a decade now.
Oh, you take your turn then.
Oh, I thought we were still on me. I apologize.
You asked me first.
You're
Now,
right.
Talk about the hairstyle now that you said it.
All right.
You just circle back later.
You guys, if you're above the age of
20?
12,
12.
if you're above the age of 12, please stop getting this haircut.
Mohawks?
No. It's the undercut on one side, the shaved part, and then the hair that flops over to the other side. It looks
Bad.
terrible. Barbers don't like doing good barbers don't like doing it. It's the haircut. It's like you know when a movie is really popular, but you know it's not a good fucking movie?
Yeah, a lot of them.
Yeah, like a Fast and the Furious
Tons
movie.
of them. They're pretty cool.
But what I'm saying is like you're like, boy,
not,
this is
they're not good movies.
not a
but
good
they're-
movie.
They're not good movies, but they're a good time.
It's the haircut everybody will show you to show off like some other barber's skill. And they'll be like, yo, this dude can cut, man. He's Instagram popular and all this shit. Everybody wants to show me this dumb thing. And I'm like, bro, that's the easiest haircut you could possibly do. It's not even like a good blended haircut.
I can do it with my eyes closed. Kind of thing.
But it also looks stupid. We don't like doing them. They don't look good on anybody. You guys, just please stop getting them.
Well, when you say the word undercut too, my brain, like a switch flicks in my brain, and I think, oh my God, that has to grow out.
Yeah, it doesn't look good when it grows out.
So
as soon as you shave the part in, 2 days later, it's going to start coming back all spiky and crappy looking. Mm-hmm. There's probably somebody on here that's going to email in and be all pissed at me like, I get that haircut.
I dare you to email us.
I fucking double dick dare you.
By the way, that's ThankYouForUrServices at gmail.com.
You're
Thank
spelled.
You are.
You are. The letters you are.
Services.
Yeah, you can talk about how much you fucking disagree.
At Gmail.
Care. It's a dumb haircut. It looks stupid.
I triple dog dare you.
Yeah. But I wanted to talk about that. Mm-hmm. I will speak for all the barbers.
Stop getting undercuts.
If you're going to get an undercut,
First
of all, don't.
Don't.
But secondly,
episode over.
just get it on both sides then. It looks so dumb.
One side?
I love that Family Guy even made fun of it when Peter got that haircut. And he's like, wait, you mean you don't like this, Lois? She was like, no, you look like a douche. And that was years ago. I remember going to a rooftop party in Philadelphia in 2013 and seeing that haircut and going, oh shit, that looks like dog shit. I bet that's going to be the next popular thing. And I brought it up to one of the barbers I worked with. And I explained it to him, and I go, I guarantee that's going to be popular. And they go, psh, I don't think so.
Mm-hmm. It's always the first person.
It is the most popular haircut right now.
The first It's always the
At least
first person,
among the white guys.
It's always the first person who pushes back that's wrong. You ever notice that?
Yeah.
It's been me before.
Oh,
so.
it's been me.
God.
Yeah, I thought COVID was gonna blow over.
You fucking moron.
I was dumb.
So did all of us.
No, my roommate, when I was in reclass school, he was like, "No, dude, I think this is gonna be like a huge deal." I was like, Psh,
"This was
no way."
What month was this?
December of 2019.
Damn.
Right before I left for holiday break for a week, I was gonna drive back home, and he was like, "Dude, there's this like new virus," and I was like, "Dude, they said that shit about H1N1 and swine flu. We'll be fine." And then it changed the world.
Well,
but I don't want to fucking talk about that shit anymore. I'm so sick of talking about it.
Yeah, I don't know. That's my response to anything.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, they're changing this thing, and I'm like,
crazy.
I don't know.
Yeah, I love everybody says that's crazy. That is like the most least caring thing you could ever say.
That's the I'm being punished currently response. Damn, that's God. Crazy.
Damn, that's crazy.
You got anything else on your mind?
I do, but I was gonna.
Just you want to ping pong it back to me?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Let me ping pong that right back to you.
Recently, what?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing. Just hated that.
It was the sound of a ping pong ball.
Yeah.
Well, something.
Yeah, it's kind of ping pong.
Oh. Anyway.
That was good. That was good.
The other day, I watched the documentary A Piece of Work. Joan Rivers.
Oh, I still have not seen that.
It fucking rocked.
Joan Rivers was a genius.
She was a funny fucking bitch, dude. I highly endorse that doc. I think it's from like 2015 too. I never even heard about it until a comedian recommended it. I was like, I gotta check that out. It's on. I rented it on Amazon for a day for like $3.
Oh yeah.
So there was a she was doing a show in Vegas, I think. Well, there was a heckler in the crowd.
Really? At a Joan Rivers show?
Right? So
after she's been famous for 60 years?
At the time she was 75.
Jesus, dude.
And like she's established. She's already a legend. So you bought a ticket to the show.
Yeah,
so
I never understood that either. They want to be part of it.
She tells a joke. She's like, yeah, I just hate children. If I had another child, I'd want it to be like Helen Keller, so she couldn't speak. And the crowd, the crowd like laughs, and you hear like, you can hear the sound of somebody heckling it from the crowd, and they put subtitles on it. Maybe it's because I had my subtitles turned on, but the guy in the crowd goes, yeah, it's not that funny, and she goes, yes, it is. And he goes, it's not when you have a deaf son. And she goes, you fucking asshole, my mother is deaf, shut your mouth, you fucking asshole, get out of here. And she fucking kicked him out. It was so funny.
Plus, like, it's not like that kid can hear.
He'll never know.
Yeah.
No, Joan Rivers, A Piece of Work was fucking awesome. You should watch it.
Cool.
And I also watched A Bronx Tale.
I've never seen that still.
Although it is a mob movie technically, it's set in like the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
In I think it was obviously the Bronx.
Was it in New York?
I'm trying to remember the neighborhood though. It was Fordham Avenue.
Okay.
But I also didn't know that Chaz Palminteri, the main guy, Sonny, or the guy who plays Sonny, he wrote the entire thing himself. He wrote it, directed it, and originally it was a one-man show on Broadway.
Wow. I've seen one-man shows before.
And everybody who endorsed it was like, it's incredible that he made it by himself. And it's a good movie, too.
Yeah, so like De Niro's in it and stuff, right?
Yeah, he plays the father of the kid.
Cool.
If you watch The Sopranos, from season 2, the guy who plays Matt Bevilacqua is the main kid. I think his name was Colgero or some shit. It was good. Really good movie. I loved it.
That's cool.
So those two things were on my mind. So I'm going to ping pong it right back to you. What else is on your mind?
Let me tell you about this fucking weird guy I caught yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Weird guy.
A lot of times.
Yesterday.
Yeah, this was yesterday.
Okay.
Yesterday morning. I think it was my first haircut of the day. Mm-hmm. A lot of times people, almost like with the Joan Rivers situation, they almost want to heckle you at work, especially if you're in the service industry. They want to be part of the show. Okay. So people will sit in my chair and I go, "Hi, what can I do for you?" And they go, "A haircut." I've talked about this a million times on this show so far. But yeah, they go, "A haircut." And then my response is always, "Okay, my choice, right?" Yeah, my choice. And then normally they go, "Oh," and no, actually, and I'm just like, why didn't you just fucking tell me what in the first place then? Well, let me tell you, I got a response I never had before.
Oh yeah.
The guy said, "Yeah, sure." And I said,
"Cool, I
okay.
like that."
And I didn't question it any further. And you know what? I gave him a normal haircut. I didn't talk to him the whole time because he was fucking weird, and I knew right off the bat he was weird. And
not bad.
At the end of it, I turned him in the mirror. He goes, "Yeah, looks good. Did a great job." I go, "Okay." And then he got up, yawned a ridiculous yawn.
Me. Probably his first one of the day also.
Then I was like, "Oh, are you tired?" "Nah." Like, okay. So he's one of those people, he just wants you to ask him things. And then he goes, "All right, whatever, how much I owe you?" And I go, $22, sir. And he goes, 22.
What are you, fresh?
and then because like I don't know if he was trying to be funny or if he was serious. And I go, and I don't answer. And then he hands me the money, he tips me, and leaves. And it was a very strange interaction. He was like,
definitely in on the price.
He was like Chewbacca without the hair. Like that's how his face looked. Yeah. And he was very strange. He came in all unkempt and gross.
And you sent him out looking pretty, didn't you?
I did send him out looking pretty.
Well, there's nothing wrong with if you go my choice and you just being like, yeah.
Nothing wrong with it at all. I just wanted to talk about it because typically I'll say that and they go, "Well, no, no, here's what I actually want." But this guy just straight up, I don't think he even thought twice about it. I don't think he ever knows what he wants for his haircut. And
I love that.
Okay, I guess. He just put it into my hands. I kind of hope I never see him again because he freaked me out. But
I hope he comes back tomorrow.
Well, good thing I won't be there.
Oh, yeah.
I have off tomorrow, and then I'm out for 22 days.
Mm-hmm. Can't wait.
I got fucking sergeant school, as I like to call it.
It could be worse. You could be, I don't know. It sounds pretty fucking gay. It sounds shitty.
It's going to be shitty. I have to get a physical at drill this weekend. I also have drill this weekend. And they said I have to fast for 10 hours prior to the drill. So I won't be able to eat breakfast, and I am not a nice person when I don't eat breakfast. I really need my breakfast.
Don't even.
But I'm like, are they going to have to put a finger in my butt? Or like, what's going on?
You're like, that's after dessert.
I'm probably going to have to shave my butthole.
Well, nah.
Yeah, I usually shave it like once a week.
You should save it.
Save all that hair. Oh my God. What if they pull out and there's like an extra like wig on their finger?
I don't know. I think someone who does that is probably used to anything at that point.
Oh, ping pong. Right back to you.
Ping pong.
Yeah.
Remember, I know you had Balls of Fury?
I do remember Balls of Fury, yes.
Did I what?
You had a story about going to the bank.
Not the bank, but yeah, I have I waited at an ATM today. Or I went to an ATM today at Wawa.
Okay.
And it was at one where there's one right next to another, and I had the funniest fucking idea.
What?
So, like you walk up, you put your card in, you start your transaction. There was a woman at the one right next to me. There wasn't even a divider between them anymore.
Okay.
So, she had her card in, and then she kind of shiftily, she looked at me real quick, and then how people, you're standing at an ATM, you feel exposed.
Yeah, I definitely do.
So she's like, kind of like, she's trying to be inconspicuous, but she's also being very conspicuous. You know, just because you're generally uncomfortable, you're dealing with your own money basically in a public setting. So I understand being uncomfortable, but I was like, man, what if I like flinched at her? Like I was going to like snatch her money coming out.
Oh my God, Tom.
like
what if somebody did that to you?
I'd flinch because I'd be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
I don't think that's funny.
Just like a little, oh
my God.
And then you're like, no, I'm just kidding. Like, I'm just fucking with you. I laughed at that all the way to the car.
What if they had a weapon on them? What if they shot you?
Then lesson learned.
Yeah. Fuck, you'd be on the front page of every newspaper like, guess which dumbass pulled a stupid prank.
I don't know. I think the newspapers are too busy talking about more important shit. I don't know.
Oh yeah. That's right. Forgot there's like a war going on, dude. Everybody keeps asking me too. Oh, they sending you over to Ukraine? No, they're not sending me to Ukraine.
No, they're not sending me to the Ukraine.
Ukraine's not part of NATO, so they won't send us yet.
Not
Although
yet.
I already can feel that the U.S. is gonna have to jump on in there at some point.
You already said the magic word.
What?
Have to.
Yeah.
The U.S. isn't going to have to do anything, but
we like to help.
If you want to call it help, sure.
We do. We like to help.
I think weapons manufacturers and defense contractors like to make a little bit of money. So the longer we can be involved with things, the more they can make money.
I just want to point out that my cat is on this chair over here.
Yeah.
And she's just...
How are you?
Yeah. She's just loving it. She's just not making a big deal. She's just like, I want to be part of the podcast.
I wonder if it'll pick up on the mic, but she was trying to get in the bag. She was trying to get in my bag.
Oh, really? I didn't notice.
It was really funny, but I think...
She loves bags.
Was that the last thing? Oh, the last thing on my mind. Do you have anything else before I...
No.
The last thing on my mind, there's like a... Maybe it's just online. Maybe I notice it because I hate it so much, but there's a trope of... especially people our age who like to be like I saw a TikTok of it, and this is what made me write it down. It's like when you cancel your plans and you fucking put sweats on and do whatever. I'm like, why is it like a cool thing to cancel plans?
I don't think it's a cool thing to cancel plans, but it is nice when plans are canceled and you just get to stay in.
No.
You know what it is? Everybody's very addicted to doing nothing.
It's been like that for like 5 years though.
Yeah, I agree.
Like not just even more as of late, but
well, it's so much easier to do nothing.
It's so frustrating to me.
I know, but like I was saying earlier off mic, you're willing to go out of your way for everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody is not willing to go out of their way for you.
I said it off mic. I'll say it again. Life is going to happen whether you want it to or not. Yep. So fucking, you can either go do it or you can be a lazy, homebody.
A lazy bones.
One of those things doesn't sound very fun to me all the time.
No, I agree.
Don't get me wrong. Like I love a lazy night, but if there's here's the thing. If I make a plan, it's probably because I want to do something. Like if there's something that I want to do, and if it gets canceled, I'm like, shit, what are you going to do? But you being the one canceling plans that you make with your friends, that doesn't compute to me. I'm like, why would you like make a plan in the fucking first place?
Yeah, it's just sometimes, like I know after...
You're a chronic canceler. Why don't you explain it to me?
Yeah, I'll tell you. I'm not a chronic canceler.
Give me the point of view of
I'm definitely not a
all right.
I'm not a chronic canceler, but I am exhausted at the end of my workday. My workday and your workday are very different.
Physically, maybe.
Physically, I'm hungry as shit. A lot of times I don't get to eat. I'm on my feet the whole time. I'm mentally exhausted. See, like, there's a lot of times where I've reached my people quota for the day, where I've met 15 to 20 different people in one day, and most of them were terrible. And I'm supposed to go to a show or a bar or something with friends, and I go, God, I don't think I can look at another human today.
I can understand that kind of social setting, but when I make a plan, I'm making the plan for myself. Or not when I make it, when I agree to it.
It's not so much the plan, it's the being out in public. See, I never cancel on you for podcast because I love it when it's just you and me at the house. If you ever wanted to just watch a movie and come over and be like, hey, I want to watch a Godzilla movie with you, Matt. That's one of my dreams, by the way.
I don't know. I can see it right now. I don't know, man. It's 7:30 p.m. I'm kind of tired.
I do get tired around 7:30. But remember the other week when I really wanted to take you to that cool skate shop.
Yeah,
and by the time you were
getting 2:00 in the afternoon,
right? But I'm saying I said, okay, well, when you get out of work, come over. And you were like, all right, but I can't come over until this. And then it was like, oh, well, now I have to wait for my girlfriend, and now I have to go to the gym. And I was like, dude, I need to go now because I'm gonna fall asleep. Like, I'm tired.
This is a different thing because you were off that entire day.
You're right. I was
at work the entire day.
I was willing to wait until you were off to leave, but you had a bunch of other stuff to do.
When I get off work, there's stuff that I do. I go right to the gym, then I go home,
and I work out in the mornings.
Well, that's 2 ships passing in the night, aren't we?
I guess. Where the fuck did you hear that?
The same place. I don't know. The same place sayings are
you
heard.
Kidnapped by pirates?
We don't talk about that.
Yeah.
Arr.
All right, Tom.
No, but I'm just saying, when I agree to a plan, when I agree to anything, I'm agreeing for it for myself too. So the idea of me canceling it just to like do nothing doesn't make sense to me, and I hate the trope of it just being like
acceptable to cancel plans.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it sucks. I know it has been like that for like between 5 and 7 years. People
are like, ooh, retweet. I'm like, shut the fuck up, fucking idiot.
I don't get it. A retweet. I've never even been on Twitter.
Someone who strongly agrees.
No, I know what a retweet is, but are you saying that in like a different context?
No, the same context.
Oh, okay. I thought that was like a saying.
Imagine somebody commenting and saying that they strongly agree with the thing.
I get it.
It's like, you too? One time I was somewhere, and the way that it was said, somebody was talking about going and doing stuff, and the other person was like, oh, I don't even go outside.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why would you ever say that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like,
a lot of people think it's cool.
So you work and then you just go home and stay there always?
You know what bugs me too?
No, what? That's literally all I had.
Because that just reminded me of like everyone now is a nerd, you know, or a quote unquote nerd. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, dude, when I was like uncool, I wasn't fucking cool.
And I
liked my little world of Gundam Wing and Dragon Ball Z and.
Ooh, I have a great idea. Keep going.
But that just reminded me. Oh, and I have a question I wanted to ask you. All right, you go. What's your idea?
Why don't you go into the segment you spoke about earlier?
Oh, Matt's Toy Minute?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well,
ding ding ding.
I did want to talk about. I'm a big toy collector. I've talked about it multiple times on this show, but.
Dildos, rabbits, butt plugs, you name it.
What's a rabbit? Like the animal?
Keep going.
Okay. So down the rabbit hole. I just wanted to take a minute to talk about one of the toys in my collection. See if anybody possibly remembers this if you're around our age. Does anybody remember Battle Trolls? Do you remember Battle Trolls?
You've asked me this before, and I'll say again, I do not.
Okay, so Battle Trolls are like the tough version of trolls, I guess I'll say now. That would be like politically correct. They were like One was like a skateboarder with a boombox, and the boombox shot a cassette tape out, and he had like this cool spiky skateboard and like an earring and a bandana. And then
he was cool.
He was super rad. And then I had another one that was like Frankenstein's monster. I had another one that was like a skydiver. One that was like a guy with a harpoon gun. Yeah, they were really, really cool.
Battle trolls.
And yeah, I have almost all of them upstairs in my on my shelf in my collection. Now I'm the kind of person that likes to find things out in the wild, and what I mean by that is I like to go to farmers markets and garage sales, and I like to find toys that way.
People who collect records do it. It's called crate digging.
Ooh, I swallowed my own.
You're essentially a crate digger of toys.
I am very much a crate digger of toys. I love to, and same with Simpsons toys. I love to find them just out in the wild. There is a comic book shop around here that has some Simpsons toys that I did want to buy recently, but I picked up a Creature from the Black Lagoon toy instead.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, that is what I wanted to talk about for 1 minute. Yeah, battle trolls.
Did you get a new one or something? Was that what brought this on?
No, I was just thinking about them today. I was looking at them this morning, and I was like, man, I love those toys. I love 90s toys. 80s and 90s toys are my favorite. I think 90s had the best action figures.
Hold on.
What?
The 90s and the early aughts had the best toy commercials.
Yeah.
There was
some good ones.
There was great marketing for toys
Crossfire.
in our day. That's exactly what I thought of.
Yeah, dude. Really, really good.
That's exactly what I thought of.
Good commercial.
The commercial made me want that game.
Bro, do you remember the Nerf gun commercial where the kids are all, there's like, 50 kids in this like intense Nerf battle, and the one kid who has like the best Nerf gun of all has like a buffalo skin jacket?
No.
I remember asking for that jacket for Christmas along with that Nerf gun. I got neither, but I remember I even put on my Christmas list like buffalo jacket.
I had a cap gun and stuff, but I never had that.
Oh man, my throat's starting to kill me.
You need some more beverage.
I've been congested the last few days. I'm almost done, but
he's got the you know what.
No. I just have, every time the seasons change, I get just awful. I woke up and I knew it, and I was just like, oh, here it goes. About 4 days of bullshit.
No, as of late, like the last couple weeks, the weather has started to break.
Yeah.
I forgot to tell you when I did it. I went on my first ride of the year.
I saw that on your Instagram. I was very proud of you. I was so pleasantly surprised when I said, hey, you should get a bike. And you're like, okay. And then you got one, and now you're obsessed with biking.
I just do stuff like that.
Yeah, I love it. Why? Because I love bike riding together. Last year, before I left for deployment, we would bike ride together all the time. And then when I got back, we did for a little bit. Mm-hmm. When it was warm out. And I can't wait to start biking together again.
Can't wait to do it again. In fact, this podcast was born off of an idea that you had on one of those very bike rides.
Yes. Well, we both said we should do a podcast. And then we said, what should we do it about? And I said, well, why don't we do it about riding bikes and going to weird...
We talk about what we see.
Yeah, boys. Us. And I said we should call it Boys on Bikes.
I thought it was boogers and bikes.
Oh, yeah. It was boogers and bikes. That's
Since
right.
you love boogers so much.
Well, no. Yeah, but it's because you're a booger guy. And I'm
the booger.
Yeah. You. Okay, give me the weather, booger. Yeah. It's Skinny Guy and the Booger here on Saturday morning.
Enough.
All right, Tom. Let's get to this final segment so I can rest my vocal cords. My throat's killing me.
I need to ask you. It's important to me for you to tell me.
What's with the build-up?
Why not? You say why, I say why not. Maybe that's why I'm the way I am.
Maybe that's why you're such a booger.
I want to know who you're working with.
Even your glasses are booger colored.
They're emerald green for your information.
Color boogers.
Pay no attention to the man behind the
booger.
The booger.
Your biography book should be Tom, the man behind the boogers.
I'm the Mucinex DM guy. Mucinex DM.
The guy with the raspy voice.
It's TJ Miller.
Oh my god, I
want to know who you're working with this week.
All right, this week, let's see. I've worked with a very dramatic individual.
Not currently, but previously.
They are still, I work with them every once in a while. They're very dramatic.
Okay.
They're a wonderful person, but I've learned how to deal with them over the years because I laugh everything off. They go, I'm depressed. And I go, I go, nobody cares. And then they finally get it. They go, oh, Matt cares about me. He's a good manager, yada, yada, yada. Like, because if you just keep giving in, they're going to keep raising the stakes. And if you laugh about it, but also you have to also show them you care. If they're actually depressed, that's one thing. But I called this person. I said, God, you're such a scoundrel, Dennis the Menace. And they didn't even budge. They didn't even understand the reference. And so I now call that type of person a Dennis the Menace.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Great nickname.
They're very overdramatic. They're always causing trouble. They're a Dennis the Menace, and they didn't get it. And I was having to explain to them who Dennis the Menace was.
Here's your homework, Dennis. Watch this movie. Rent it for $2.99 for a day.
Also, part of your homework: stop being such a menace. For those of you who are young listening to this, or maybe you're our age and you just were never exposed to old television, Dennis the Menace was a tiny, freckly, blonde-haired white kid in the suburbs that was always pulling pranks on everybody in the neighborhood, especially one Mr. Wilson. So.
Oh, Mr. Wilson.
Oh, Mr. Wilson.
You were that kid.
Nah, I was not a Dennis the Menace.
Oh.
I was more of a...
you're a scoundrel.
Bobby's World.
I don't know that one either.
So, Tom... Wait. What?
No, I won't.
Bobby's World?
No. I'm saying no, God damn it.
Dude. I feel... It was the kid on the big wheel who looked like Bob's Big Boy, but he was... And Howie Mandel did the voice for him.
I've heard Howie Mandel talk about this, but it wasn't part of my thing. I never saw it.
Wow. Did you have cable when you were... See, I didn't have cable. I had like 4 channels, so I can't... Like the big cartoons or like Batman the Animated Series.
Remember when I said my dad was a gadget guy?
Yeah, that's... Oh, yeah. So you probably had like every...
We had a black box.
Oh, did you have Channel 99?
I sure did.
Did it come in Scrabbly?
Eventually.
Oh, my God.
At one point, we had HBO, Cinemax, and Showtime.
Jesus.
Channels 14, 16, and 17.
Oh, my God.
MTV was channel 31.
Yeah.
Comedy Central was 47. Anyway, yeah, I had a black box growing up. I
grew up on the screen.
I grew up with cable, but I never saw those weird shows that you did. So I don't know.
Well, they weren't on. They were on like channel like 3. That's why I was. Yeah, we only had 3, 7.
Oh, that's why I didn't see it.
Yeah,
I was watching real TV.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. Because like I didn't understand MTV references until
I was watching premium programming from day one.
Yeah, we didn't have that. But anyway, Tom, who are you working with?
Oh man, much to my chagrin.
I actually understand that reference.
So,
you're talking about SNL, right? Chagrin. With James Franco?
Fuck James Franco.
Well, yeah, now, but at the time, we didn't know he was bad.
No, I'm right over my head.
Oh, I thought you were quoting SNL.
No,
chagrin.
Literally, much to my chagrin, I work with a coworker who doesn't understand personal space or break time.
Oh, yeah.
The other day, I eat my lunch at my desk just because it's the easiest thing to do, and that way I can keep working. So, I got my little lunch, I got my little salad, I got my headphones in.
Yep.
Cord dangling.
Yeah.
Eating food in my mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Coworker still comes up to me, engaging in conversation about full-on customer problems that it is my job to fix. And she's talking about full-on like accounting shit. I'm like, I'm visibly eating. And like, I'm clearly not working on whatever it is you're talking about. So it could wait, It could also wait.
I hate when people bother me when I'm fucking eating.
Like I finally chiseled out a few minutes to warm up my food and eat it at my desk, no less.
Yeah.
Maybe I should go.
You're not even in a cafeteria.
Maybe I should go back to eating in the break room so I'm not there and I can't be found. Maybe I should.
Is there another room you can hide in?
No, we have a full-on break room with a table and like a bunch of
Yeah.
Not a cafeteria per se, but there's a little kitchen and then there's a room with a bunch of tables and chairs.
There's our vending machines.
No. And there's a big ass window and there's lots of natural light. I think I might go back to eating in the break room.
Now, are you going to watch something on your phone while also being in the break room surrounded by people?
Normally there's, despite the fact that there's a bunch of people in our building, nobody seems to take lunch at the same time.
Oh, okay.
So it's not really an issue.
I was under the impression you guys they'd ring a bell and it's lunchtime.
No, not
but that wouldn't make any sense.
Not like it was at Gore. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's what, yeah.
It's nothing like that.
Okay.
Speaking of those vending machines had banging food for no reason at all.
At Gore?
Yes.
I don't think I ever used one.
They had they had vending machines with full-on like Italian hoagies in them.
Boy, I don't remember that at all.
And they were awesome for no reason at all. But anyway, aside, maybe this is an adult thing. I say adult because I'm an adult now too, but
you're well into adulthood.
Right, we both are.
Yes.
But growing up, same thing. Something about people older than us. Are headphones invisible? Like you can't.
Yeah, I don't get that either.
You can't and especially the Apple ones are bright white. You can see there's something in my ear holes, and there's sound coming out of them. So why are you speaking to me?
Yeah. Leave us alone.
Leave
if
us
you
the
see us.
Fuck alone.
I grew up having to watch something every time I eat, ever since I was a little kid. Please leave us alone. If you see us watching something, we don't want to talk with you.
Oh, also on my break, I'm playing my Switch.
Oh.
So it's like...
What were you playing?
Animal Crossing.
Ugh.
What do you say ugh for?
It's not even a game.
I mean, it is a game.
It's not really. Do you win? That's all right.
Tough to say.
You have to. Tough to say. You don't. You don't win or lose. You just.
It's not a sport. It's a fucking.
Yeah,
it's
but
game.
Games consist of.
We've devolved way too far. We've gone to the point of no return.
No, I think people would enjoy this conversation. How bad Animal Crossing really is. I'm not saying it's bad. But it's more of an it's more of an experience, and it's not really a game.
So what's wrong with me doing it then?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Nothing's wrong with you doing it.
So shut your mouth.
Extremely boring. I don't understand.
Well, you don't understand because you don't know peace. And peace is just...
I would agree with you there. I don't know
you
peace.
choose violence. You wake up and choose violence every day.
It's not
the
so
moment you walk down those stairs and work out in the morning like a psycho.
It's not so much that. It's when I wake up, there's so many alarms going off in my head at all times. I'm very much like... and this is why I wear shoes in my house all the time, too. I'm always freaked out that something is happening, something's going to happen while I'm sleeping, and I need to have shoes on in case I need to run
out.
either run out of the house or attack whoever came in the house.
See, living like that, though, you can't live like that.
I am living proof of living like that. I had a wonderful experience at a Men's Warehouse, by the way, but I'll tell it. I feel like I should tell that story next time. I met two lovely young gentlemen. Why is that so funny to you? Can't I have a nice experience without playing Animal Crossing? I've never seen you laugh this hard. I've watched you do every other emotion in my entire life.
I'm crying.
Why?
That is the farthest thing I could have ever guessed you were going to say.
It just I've completely forgotten. I had a really nice experience at Men's Warehouse.
You're going to like the way you look.
I said that to them. I guarantee it.
I guarantee.
Yeah. I said, how many people fucking say that to you a day? These guys were awesome. I'll talk about it on the next episode.
Oh, man. it's going to be hard to come back from that. That was too
I can't
funny.
even read that note.
Well, it's for me, not you.
Oh. All right.
Actually, I can't either, so I fucked myself.
Well, on that note, would you like to tell the listeners how to find us on Instagram?
Yeah, please. Please. We're on the Instagram.
Please. We are on there.
Here we are. Speaking of which, maybe I'll get to the questions next time.
We do have listener questions.
Yeah, I like to put a poll out and gauge what people are thinking about or how work is treating them, and I'll read it on the episode. So you can find us at ThankYouForUrServices _podcast on Instagram. Again, that is at ThankYouForUrServices _podcast on Instagram. And then if you don't feel like writing a DM, or if you just feel better writing an email, send it to thankyouforyourservices@gmail.com. And one more time for all of us, that is thank you for your is spelled UR.
The letters UR.
services@gmail.com.
What do you guys think about? We got offered recently. By the way, I wanted to bring this up. I was trying to take a selfie of Tom and myself, but I am not very good at picture taking. That was the worst selfie I think anybody could ever take. We got an offer. I guess once you have 50 unique listeners.
10.
Okay, 10 unique listeners. I thought you said we had 50.
We did, but all that's required is 10.
Oh, okay. So you're able to have advertisements, but I think we're just not going to do that.
Yeah,
ever.
hard pass.
I kind of like just.
I don't want to interrupt.
No, me neither. I like just me and Tom being friends and talking about stuff. I'm interested to see what listeners feel about that kind of a thing. Not that I'm saying there's anything wrong with advertising.
I will. Fuck them.
But I'm
not pushing your Manscaped.
But I just think in general, it's a lot cooler without.
I mean, yeah. I think everybody would agree that any show is better without fucking commercials.
Yeah.
That's universal. Why do you think HBO took off? Why do you think The Sopranos is the greatest television drama of all time? The first show.
Oh, my God. Okay. All right.
One of the first shows you can enjoy without the commercials.
Anyway, thanks for listening, you guys.
No, seriously, it's been great. Thank you so much.
This is awesome. I love doing this every week. And don't worry, while I'm away, I'll still be coming at you live every week.
Yep, we'll figure something out. And plus, I even lined up some guesty Westies for us too.
Yeah, I have 2 guests that would also like to come on. I just got to schedule them when I get back.
Yeah, we're going to have some good-ass guests coming up.
Stay strong out there. I know things are weird right now. The mask mandates are all done, no matter if you feel one way or the other about them. That's a fact. So stay strong. You're doing important fucking things out there. I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. I know I'm kind of a goober, but I really do mean that. Stay strong out there, guys, and stay safe, stay healthy. And thank you for your services.
Thank you for everything that it is that you do.
All right, good night, guys.
Thank you for your services.